In today's world, we all know that time is something that is very precious for everyone. In the midst of tight schedules, people are going around for their daily activities. Some will wake up as early as 5 a.m. and hit the road for work. Coming back maybe 11 p.m. They're tired, they're exhausted. So in the midst of all those things, how do you create time for a relationship? Time is of essence. Time is precious. Remember those days, my co-crew, time na money, time na money. Use your time well, no fall on another man. Time waits for nobody. Time is very precious. But do you make out that time for your man? Do you make out that time for your woman? It is very important for you to make out that time for him. For you to create time out of no time for him. For you to steal time out of no time for her. It is very, very important, because that time you spend together will enable both of you to kind of, feel one another much more, to understand one another much more, especially when you're just starting your relationship. You need to create that time. Yes, you have tight schedule. Maybe at work, you are going to work at the same time going to college, you're schooling as well. There are pressures left, right, and center. How am I going to create time for him? How am I going to have time for her? Brother, sister, you must. Because relationship is about sacrifice. If you are not ready to sacrifice, my dear sister, I tell you, I don't think you are ready for it. My brother, I don't think you are ready for that. Because you need to let go of some things for that relationship to work. If you really mean it. So sacrificing your time, sacrificing your time is really, really essential for him. And I'm sure sacrificing your time for him, he will cherish it. Sacrificing your time for her, he will also accept and be happy with that, oh, this man is going extra length to make me happy. This woman is doing all her best to come closer to me. And that is the genuine thing we are talking about, the realness of relationship, because effort is being made by both parties. But if the effort of sacrificing time is not being made, there will be a problem. There will be a vacuum created, a lacuna created. And when that lacuna is created, it will be filled by another person. Remember rhymes in these days, say, tick says the clock, tick, tick. What you have to do quick. You have to do it. Because if you don't do it, another person will do it on your behalf. And by the time another person does that on your behalf, sorry, he or she is gone. Because you never had time for him. Because you never created time for her. And there's somebody who is ready to sacrifice his or her time for that man or for that woman. If you give me time, I give you time. I give you attention. If you don't give me time, you're not going to get my attention. So it is both ways. So let us try. In your relationship, you must create time out of no time. Because if you don't steal that time, like I said, there will be a vacuum created. And when that vacuum is created, there will be a problem. Creating time will win him or her over to you. Getting to know each other, like I said, more and more, it grows the chemistry of love when you spend time together. There will be no vacuum created for the wolves to come in, because there are wolves around your relationship who are ready to destroy it. It might be your friends, it might be your brother or your sister. They are eyeing your relationship. They are jealous of you, and you are there being busy. Yeah, I'm not saying you should not get busy. I'm not saying you should not go to college. I'm not saying you should not work on those things. Yeah, they are very necessary. That's why I said you steal time out of no time for him. You create time out of no time for her. That is sacrifice. Because if you do not do, there are those who will go extra mile to create that time, to get her, to get him, his or her attention. A great sacrifice. It's a great sacrifice that cannot be compared with any. And it is the hallmark of every relationship, I must tell you, time. Because by making that time for him or her means that your heart is where he or she is. You are in your office, you're on your desk, on your system, you are still thinking of him. That is it. That is the chemistry working. You're in your college studying. I'm not saying you should get distracted and fail your courses. So that's not what I'm saying. But your mind is still with him. And after course, you check on him. How are you doing? You call him often. You call her often. Not in the controlling manner, asking where are you. No, that's what I'm talking. How are you feeling? You know? Showing care and concern. Even if you are not there together, but that simple call will give her that energy. That simple call will ginger him to move on. Because your heart is there with him. Your hearts are together. And Jesus told us in the scripture that where your treasure is, there your heart will be. See him as your treasure. See her as your treasure, precious, because your heart is there. That's what he told us in Gospel of Matthew chapter 6, verse number 21. Where your treasure is, there your heart will be. Make her your treasure. Make him your treasure. And your heart will be there. And you will try as much as you can, like I said, to steal time out of no time for him. If you want to enjoy your relationship, if you want it to be fruitful, if you want it to be successful, be ready to make sacrifice. Sacrifice something. Time is one of those things that you need to sacrifice. Your time, that is precious, because your time is precious. You hold it in high esteem. And for you, sacrificing, letting go of 2 or 3 hours for him wouldn't be a waste. It will not be a waste. Because at the end of the day, both of you enjoy it. I want to leave you with this. Creating a time, I'm reading it now because it was my reflection. You see, creating a time is a great sacrifice. And it's an all needed for relationship. Number 1, it's a great sacrifice. 2, is an oil that is needed. You cannot do without it. I say it's a condition sine qua non. You cannot do without it. So it is an oil. And being so much engrossed with the troubles of life and not stealing time to check on him or her creates a void that could, can, and will be filled in by another. That void can, could, and will be filled in by another. So cherish him or her. Hold her in high esteem. And at the end of the day, both of you will feel happy and your relationship will be fruitful. Until next week, I'm going to see you with a fresh topic. Remain blessed, and thank you for listening. Thank you for following us. Thank you for subscribing to our channels. Thank you for sharing this video with a friend. God bless, and bye for now.